I'll embarrass you. This is Lauren's 6th year with our program. And Lauren is developing into one of the best guards for her age in this area. And I know because I see a lot of basketball. I see a lot of players, and I know that she is becoming one of the better players of her age in this area. You are the general of our offense. All of our plays run through Lauren because she knows how and who to get the ball to. You know, in our first game, we hadn't practiced much, and we weren't supposed to play Cornerstone. We were supposed to actually play later, and Cornerstone calls and says, hey, you want to play? We're free Saturday. And I'm like, okay, we could play Saturday, but I was kind of hoping we could have another practice before we were to play our first game on Tuesday. So I didn't know how well we were going to play, and it was in the first quarter. Lauren drives down in the corner, takes a corner three, bang. Next time down the court, corner three, bang. And I'm like, okay, we're going to be all right. That was when I knew we were back, because Lauren hit those 2 shots. Lauren can get to the basket, and she finds such creative ways. Well, sometimes you miss the layup, but you're so creative. It's almost like art, the way that you spin and you get to the basket and you do those Euros and then you put up your left hand. And you're one of the better finishers I've ever seen, and you finish well with your left, which is important. You know, as I was saying, Lauren plays on a AAU team, and one of the players from OCC who's graduated now, their starting point guard, who's one of their better players, is one of the assistant coaches. I was sitting next to her on the bench, and she was so excited that Lauren actually made a left-handed layup. And I'm like, well, you know, Lauren does that all the time. Defensively, you're always in the right place, and your hands are very active and up, which is where they should be. That's why you get a lot of steals. You can score from anywhere on the court, and you're a very well-rounded player. But you're also very humble, and you don't draw attention to yourself. She won the All-Tournament Player Award at our President's Day tournament, and as I was handing her the trophy, she said, why did I get this? I didn't do anything. And that's the way she thinks, which is sometimes not great, but it's also good in that you're humble. So the character quality that I saw in you this year and last year was contentment, which is realizing that God has provided everything I need for my present happiness. I commit to you the verse 1 Timothy 6:8. Lauren had 40 assists this year in only 14 games, including 7 in one game. So you win the Team Assist Leader Award. Woo! Hold on, I got more guys going. And Lauren also scored 147 points this season, so you get an award for scoring 100 points. Kate's handwriting is phenomenal. So, congratulations, Lauren. Kate Granger. This is Kate's 8th year with the program. Kate had an interesting year this year. You know, you're a great player in your own right, but this year we played some better teams in other years. And with Ellie out, teams were able to play more junk defenses against you. But you still found a way to get the job done. When we were down 6 points to start the 4th quarter against North Rome, I told Kate it was time to take the game over. And the first 2 times down the court, she attacked the rim, made both baskets, got fouled on one of them, and just like that, within 40 seconds, we're down 2, we're right back in the game. There were times this season where I could see that you made the decision to take the game over. And I saw this actually more in this season than I've seen in other, and I think maybe that was because Ellie was out, I'm not sure. But there were times where you would be in the game, and I could tell just because I know you, I'm like, she's gonna take the game over now. You're a gifted offensive player, but you're also a wonderful defensive player. You're a great ball handler and passer, which is gonna help you succeed at the next level. Now I'm gonna say something that's gonna embarrass Kate, but I'm her dad. During the season, Kate passed Brianna Stewart in career high school points. Now, and she always says this. She goes, it doesn't count. Well, technically it doesn't count because we're not playing in the New York State sanctioned athletic league. But when you can say that you've scored more high school basketball points than Brianna Stewart, and you're only a sophomore, I'm your dad. I'm proud of that. And you're on pace to score more points as a varsity high school basketball player than any girl has ever scored in the history of New York State. So even if you don't think that's a big deal, I do. I don't know if you can tell, but Kate sprained her ankle in an AAU tournament last weekend after our Eagles season had ended. So thank God that you waited until after our season was over to get hurt. And what many people don't realize is that Kate actually severely sprained her shooting hand against Rochester in the Gafilka semifinal on Friday night. And she played the entire championship game the next day in pain. And I've watched the video of that game, and I would see her shoot the ball, and she'd be like, and you couldn't tell as you're watching the game live, but I would see her, when she would get the ball for a foul shot, she'd actually dribble with her left hand, and then she'd take the shot with the right hand because it was too painful for her to actually dribble with her right hand. Yet you fought through it because you knew the team was counting on you. Kate does not need awards and is always looking to give the credit to other people. And I'll never forget that conversation we had near the end of the Gafilka championship game, and you know what I'm talking about. The night before, in the Rochester game, we were only up by 3 points at halftime. We weren't playing very well, they were playing very well. And I turned to you and I said, don't let us lose this game. And you didn't. The character quality that I saw in you this year was humility, which is recognizing that God and others are actually responsible for the achievements in my life. I commit to you the verse James 4:6. You win the Offensive Player of the Year award, and Kate scored 282 points this season in 14 games, so she gets an award for scoring 100 points. Kate went through the bag and made sure she selected the box of Cliff Bars that she wanted. So. Okay, and so now we've made it to our senior send-off. And before I talk a little bit about Ellie, we have a video to show you of Ellie through the years. So Ellie